Hey everyone, it's Jezza. It's been a bit. Yeah, I know. What? Yes. Well, I had to come back though. I had to come back because Agatha. It's such a prestige show that I have to come back and talk about it. So, yeah, we're talking about Agatha All Along. And my first thoughts when this came up was, does anyone care? There was Wandavision, which I gave a good chance to. I gave it a lot of leeway. I liked the first episodes. It got a bit interesting and intriguing, and then it got really stupid with Monica Rambeau and all that empowerment stuff and getting the powers in a weird way, walking through the force field, and then she was shown in later movies. Not really deserved. So I didn't like WandaVision. So this is a spin off of WandaVision from some random character that was in it, Agatha, and she's like some witch or something. So it's all very witchy and ooh cats and rats and owls and ooh. But I have to say straight off the bat, it's no good. That's sort of like my saying. It's no good. Yeah, I watched the first two episodes, and I have it here just showing just the background for now. I didn't like it, mainly because it was boring, and there's no like characters to uh, connect to. Yeah, I don't know their name. I can't remember the names. There's a few wokish things going on, like the dude. I don't know his name. The guy, he's like gay and stuff, which is cool and whatever. But he's like super gay, and it's like, isn't that to the gay people I know, my friends, they're like offended by that shit, by like having the camp, flamboyant gay person all the time. Yeah, it's like not. It doesn't represent all the gay people. So there's that. Um, then in the second episode, there's like this gathering of witches, and it looked like the lame female Avengers. It was so lame. Like they're all old women, and this is something that I thought of a lot, which was the show is like a women's show, and it's true what Nerdrotic says. Film Threat, Alan and uh, Frank, no Chris Gore. Yeah, so it's true what they say about they've taken Disney and all these properties and stuff and changed it from a boys brand into a girls brand. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Because you have like such an invested fan base with like, things like Star Wars and the Marvel superhero films, and now it's like all this show is like it's like worse than She Hulk. I only saw a bit of it, but it's super girly. It's really girly, which that's fine. That like make girly shows for girls, like that's cool. But it's just this is not the right. This is not. This is like a bait and switch. This is not. We want to see like superhero powers and world building and stuff. And they try, but it's really bad. So I was gonna skip through. I'm doing like a YouTube safe edit, and I was gonna skip through, but there's nothing to spoil. There's nothing to really say about it. This why it's gonna be a short video because it's just not fun. And the main actress, what can I say? She is, I forget her name. She has made me laugh in other things. That is like a good sign. But in this, she's her character is really unlikable. She's a bad guy, and you're meant to like we're following her. And it's like meant to be sympathetic, but doesn't really work. And she, uh, when like one scene when she's doing the detective thing in the true crime first episode, she acts really strange, very over the top, which if she's going for like a cackling witch, I guess it's appropriate. Uh, but yeah, it's just not really winning me over. And then there's the gay kid, and I like Aubrey Plaza from. She was in Parks and Rec, right? That was funny. She was in that, very sarcastic, but like in a likable way. That's hard to do. Uh, she is in it a bit. She's sort of like the. I don't know what they. I think they were love interests. That's what it was alluding to. Uh, yeah, so couple of different actors and actresses. Well, it's mainly actresses. Yeah, there's a lot of. There's clearly female show, female empowerment thing. Uh, yeah, that doesn't not piss me off, but it just sort of it's like to be expected. There's of course it's like agenda stuff and doing the female empowerment, but well, there is no but. It's just that is what they're doing, and I just don't like it so much. It kind of frustrates me. I see it everywhere, in my video games and TV shows and stuff. It's all been tainted by the message. That's partly why I make these videos, just to highlight it, because it's frustrating. Yeah. So yeah, I was gonna skip through, but what do I have to say about? I mean, it doesn't really matter. She's in like a weird, uh, true crime, true detective episode. Then she becomes aware of the spell. Then it ends. And I remember how it ended, and I was like, "What?" So I sort of was like, uh, baffled at how boring the ending was. Now, if I do this, press some buttons here, and then go to this, yeah, we can have a look at this episode 2. There's a few things in episode 2 that were pretty cringe. I use that word a lot. I didn't understand the driving wheel thing. Yeah, that didn't understand that. A lot of unfunny jokes. I don't want to be too mean in these things, because my last video about Gladiator was like, I was a dick in that. I was so mean to Ridley Scott, and I have to do some retractions. But I'm not wanting to hate this show. Like I said, I gave WandaVision a shot. I even gave Falcon and Winter Soldier a shot until it got really political, and the fact that Falcon couldn't afford to pay off the rent and all that stuff, even though he's an Avenger, I found so silly and offensive. Yeah, so I don't like all these previous shows. What else was there? She-Hulk, my friend, he adores it. Nah, it's bad, and uh, you have to watch all these secondary shows to know what's going on here. And it's like I haven't been keeping up. It ended with Endgame for me. It's so cool. I've got like a big TV. I put on Infinity War and Endgame, and I have such a fun time. People even have problems with Endgame. I see some problems, but I still have a great time. And then it just sort of everything after has been really bad. There was Hawkeye as well. I didn't watch that. All these terrible secondary shows. It's like required watching to be able to know what's going on. Yeah. So the report is not looking good. Yeah, no good. Not not really fun. There's like musical stuff. It's very girly. So if you're a woman, you might like it. If you're going into, if you're into that sort of stereotype of musicals and all this thing and all those lovely things that women like, it might be good for you. I think like it's definitely catering towards the the crazy cat ladies. That's what I get when I'm watching it. I'm like, that's who wrote this, is like crazy cat lady, lonely wine drinking cat ladies. Yeah. So that's the show, and it's 2 episodes. There's not much to spoil. Um, I would say check them out if you not drinking and smoking doesn't really help, because I was smoking when I watched it and it didn't make it any better. In fact, I found myself looking at my phone a lot. I was writing notes as well, but yeah, so I can't really recommend like watching it for fun either. Okay, well that's what I wanted to say. Just short video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you out in the stars. Peace.